We spoke of 4 types of karma, right? Katyani apega? Katyani just. We spoke 4 types of karma. Sanchita, Prarabdha, Agami, Kriyamana. The karma means karmic impressions which are stored. Sanchita means infinite impressions. So now do you know how to burn them?
We just burn them.
Why did you accumulate the impressions? Please tell me. Why did you accumulate the karma?
Desires. Desire.
What desires?
Ignorance, the result of the doing.
Morning you were not there. I taught about 4 different types of karma. Right? Sanchita karma is accumulated karma. Okay, 10-15 minutes. Sanchita karma is accumulated impressions for all lifetimes. Prarabdha karma is what you have taken the body now. Kriyamana is what you are doing now. Right? Agami is because of what you are doing, it will come in the future. So you have 100 crores is what is stored in the existing. 10 lakhs you take and build the body, and using that 10 lakh you do everyday create karma, which will be 10 lakh will be everyday you create 10 lakh, and that 10 lakh what happens in lifetime you store it there. It's called Sanchita. Right? So why do you get a karma phala? Please tell me.
We think we are the doer. I am the doer.
That's why. Because you are claiming what you are not, you are doing. I only did. So you only experience. For even doing a simple tea, an infinite number of actions have happened. Out of which your action is one small portion. And you still claim the whole responsibility. The God says, okay, you take the whole punishment also. Whole karma phala also. You please tell me what role you do in any of your actions. Lift your hand, left hand. Okay. So now, who lifted your left hand?
The body.
Can body lift?
Mind.
Can the mind lift? Huh?
It's a chain of
Mind gives me instruction.
Can you lift your left hand without the earth being here?
No.
Can earth exist without the sun being there? Without the gravitational force between sun and earth being there, can you lift your left hand?
No.
How much blood you flows here? How many nerve impulses go here? So what did you do?
Nothing.
Then still you are experiencing karma phala. What to do? After doing nothing.
Ego. I.
After doing nothing, okay, you did nothing, but you claimed everything.
That's what
I only cooked food. I only did this. So you claim for what doesn't belong to you. What you didn't do, that you start claiming. And that becomes a habit pattern. And for that habit pattern, there is a punishment happens. Karma phala. If you understand that you are not the doer, but the universe is the doer through you as an instrument, then you are free. Your just body mind complex is just an instrument for the God to operate. The consciousness to operate in the universe, your body mind complex is just an instrument. Now when the screwdriver is being when using the screwdriver, you open that electric box. Okay, there is a shock. Okay, nothing happens to screwdriver. Right? Something wrongly done. Screwdriver is not responsible for that. You are responsible. The consciousness, God operates through all body-mind complex. The body-mind complex, in the delusion of ego, they start taking credit for what they are not doing. Screwdriver can't take credit because it's not conscious. It has no mind. But because you have mind, you start taking credit for what you are not doing. And in the process, you start accumulating karma. You tell me one thing which you have done in your life. Huh?
Today no answers.
What?
What thing?
What do you do?
Acquiring karma.
You look at any of your life, everything is happening through your body-mind complex. Your body-mind complex is the instrument of the divine consciousness. That consciousness gets distorted because of the ego complex. Other than the distorting the divine will operation, you are not doing anything. Make me the instrument of thy will. Have you said? Anybody has said that? Your mind is the one which corrupts that divine will and makes it self-centric. There's nothing else. Everything is the God consciousness operating through the body-mind complex. So once you forget that, you'll start accumulating karma.
What's the importance of sankalpa we make? Sankalpa.
Sankalpa is when you are thinking that you are doing something. As long as you have concept of doership, there is a sankalpa. If there is no concept of doership, there is no sankalpa, there is nothing, no puja, nothing. Because everything is divine will operating through you.
How to remember that all the time?
Don't worry, there will be enough kicks in life to make you remember every moment. Some big fellows will come.
I plan to make her realize.
You plan to realize. Okay.
Sir, it's when we understand what God wants from us. Is that when we attain that level? Or as in, why is God letting us go through what we are going? Or
See,
why is
God has made the man in the image of himself. Is it true? Have you heard of this in Bible? God created man in the image of himself. Okay? So, when they say image of himself, the consciousness, not at the physical structure level.
right?
Okay? And a part of the divine free will is also given in that image. The God has a free will and nothing else has a free will. Everything is insentient. There is no free will. And that free will, together with the intellect, becomes corrupted. The intellect starts believing that the flesh is the reality, not the consciousness. So then the free will gets distorted. Free will is used for purpose of flesh rather than the consciousness. Okay? So why did the God make that? God created perfectly and he gave the free will also. The intellect got distorted. Okay? To correct the distortion, he sent so many messengers, so much of scriptures. And all scriptures and messengers are interpreted by the people who have flesh in the mind, not the conscious in the mind. So they can lead to distortion. So God has done enough to correct it also. He did the scriptures, he sent the messengers, he did the prophets. All those things are sent. But every message of prophet, every scripture is corrupted by interpretation with the eyes of the flesh. You are there to establish the kingdom of God on the earth. Kingdom of God is love, compassion, wisdom, equality, equanimity. Your body-mind complex is the instrument of that. But that body-mind complex as an instrument starts becoming distorted because of free will plus intellect, which is corrupted. That's why Gayatri Mantra is a prayer for correction of what has gone wrong, the intellect.
I read something in the paper today, Buddha said once, I see the reflection of what is going on perfectly like a mirror. Whereas what happens is if someone else looks at it, and if I am the player, that ego comes into the play, then it distorts the picture. So the reflection doesn't happen.
You're not able to see the things as they are. To see the things as they are, to listen to things as they are, okay, is called enlightenment without the interference of the ego. The ego distorts everything to what role ego plays is every input from the sensation and thought and scriptures, it converts into flesh. Okay. The only correction required is at the ego level. Instead of flesh, it has to be consciousness. That's all is the correction required. Then the human being becomes what he is made for, the instrument of divine will. That's all is required. And for that there are so many scriptures, so many prophets, everybody comes and teaches. And every teaching is corrupted in terms of flesh. Body. So, where is your karmic impression? The moment you understand you are not the doer, please tell me. Huh? The bank account in the first place didn't belong to you at all. Where is Sanchit Karma? Andre? You are experiencing punishment because you claim what you have not done. This typically happens in the corporate environment. What they do is, that's what MBAs are there for. Taking credit for what they have not done. The boss, this subordinate poor fellow works all throughout the weekend, Saturday, Sunday and all. Monday morning, boss comes, so okay, work is done. He fires him also, the work is not complete, but then the work is done, he puts a mail to all the people. This is completed, I have made sure that it is completed, so the credit goes to the boss. So in the universe, this is not accepted, this is not tolerated. Okay, that's why you get the karma. The moment you understand you are not the doer, where is the karma for you?
So we don't have any karma now.
Yeah, just
We-
want it.
Okay. Me.
If you claim that you have done something, there is a karma for you. If you still want to claim that I have done something, then enough karma is there for you. Good karma and bad karma, both will come as a package deal. So anybody has a question?
For what we have not done, how will it come back?
Because you claimed. You claimed that you have done. Take it. Why did you claim? False claims. Anybody has a question, please?
So when we claim, then only good and bad karma comes to us.
Not claim. You're deep within you have to understand that. Have you
The
understood?
mind is thinking that, that I did or I did.
So as long as you did it, I did it, it will come to you. You have to understand I didn't do it. I am just an instrument that you have to understand.
Just ನೀವು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಹಂಸರದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ.
ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ?
They didn't claim that they have done. Still they have to suffer.
That is still jnana.
That's
Once jnana comes, see that jnana comes also, jnana comes, prarabdha karma which is body made for that experience and realization, that it will have its own life. See, the body is just a vehicle, right? Vehicle is there to take you from Rajeshwaram to Malleshwaram or Yeshwanthpur, right? So the body was taken for realization purpose. The prarabdha karma of body was to help in realization.
Means that is the like that's why they are taken birth because of the previous
To realize.
To realize. So the vehicle is, let's say, one vehicle is designed for flying aircraft, other vehicle is designed for city travel, right? For a realization, certain type of vehicle is required. Okay, so that vehicle comes out of prarabdha karma. That's prarabdha karma. After realization is over, it has taken to destination. That vehicle's life is gone, over, is no more required. But life will continue. The vehicle is just because you brought a vehicle, the vehicle continue, right? And the vehicle itself will have expiry. The expiry is cancer. It has nothing to do with the consciousness. So anybody has a question, please? There is a cashier in the bank. Lot of money comes there. Every day crores of money comes there in the bank. Right? He is handling every day, counting some crores of money and putting in the treasury counter. So one day he says, I am counting crores. Anyway, at least 100 rupees I keep in my pocket. What will happen to him? Huh? He will be thrown out of the job. Right? Why? The money doesn't belong to him. Whom does the money belong to?
Depositor.
The customer. Account holder. So what all claims you are making? You are claiming this body is my body. This husband is my husband. This is my child. Okay, this is my money. This is my family. And this is my karma. So once you do such claims which doesn't belong to you, you have a responsibility. Okay, you have to understand between the difference between the ownership and trusteeship. You are not a owner of anything. You have been trusted with some assignment and some responsibility to perform certain actions. Okay, a cashier is trusted with handling cash. He goes a little bit beyond trusteeship and becomes a owner of that, then he is trouble. So you have become disturbed and troubled because of from trusteeship you have converted into ownership.
Without legal documents.
You have been given a body. You have been given a mind. You are given a family. This is all facilities given by you to God, given by God to you. So why you are using that? That is the punishment. What purpose you are using it? Selfish purpose, like a cashier taking the money into poking the pocket. The trusteeship is given to you with the trust that you will use it for a welfare of the universe. Instead of you do selfish service, then what will happen to you? That's karma.
Husband, wife, children. Have to do, no?
What? What you have to do?
Selfish karma you have to do.
It's not selfish karma, no? So that is responsibility given to you. You do it. But then why you have been given a body, why you have been given a family? It's for a service to the God. Service to the God is yajna activity. Where you have done yajna? If you don't live with the attitude of yajna, karma will come to you. Yajna means service.
But if he doesn't like to do that,
Who doesn't like to do that? If he means what?
mind.
Okay, experience the karma. What is that? Who sells it? It always comes a package deal, right?
This that.
Yeah, you can
Choose between.
choose. When you have chosen karma, yeah, choose, experience it. Then don't cry over that. So anybody has a question about Adna? Anybody has a question about karma? I have to do duty for my children. How many people say that?
Everyone.
When did they become your children? You made them, is it? You made their eyes and ears and nose and all. Huh?
I think I have.
You think
I think.
You think?
Because we carry that for 9 months, so we think it belongs.
You carry. You are an instrument. The father and mother gave flesh to the child. The consciousness you didn't give. The consciousness is given by God. Without that consciousness, the child is nothing but a meatball. Whose children are they? They are God's children. You have been given a responsibility. You should be happy that you have been given a responsibility, trusted with the responsibility of carrying the child for 9 months and making sure that child grows into a divine child for life. So what you did, you converted that into your child. Your children are not your children, they are God's children. You gave them flesh, but God gave them consciousness. You have a responsibility to make them into beautiful beings. You don't have a responsibility to become a owner of them. This applies to all aspects of your life. Somewhere the trusteeship we convert into ownership. What happens to these politicians who are corrupt? They have been trusted by the people to run, to take care of the affairs of the government. So that financially or politically or defense-wise they have to take care. That trusteeship, when they misuse and they convert into ownership, then there's a problem. What applies to politicians applies to you also. What all you are converted into ownership, please tell me.
Everything, every aspect.
Then why do you think karma will not come to you?
It has to come.
Any doubts?
But service to human beings, if we have that mindset and do it also, if the other man doesn't understand and you are good back. Never think of it.
It's not like that. When your intention is correct, when your desire is correct, when your understanding is correct, what is required for you will appear in front of you. The circumstance will be provided for you. That's law of universe.
Yes.
You think good, good will appear.
Because you are not clear inside you, because you are confused.
Then
Things
it
will not
starts.
happen. This lady wanted to help some children. Okay, now she has more children to help than she can handle within 1 month. When you don't have clarity, when your free will is misused, when you have understanding of life in a wrong way, when you convert it trusteeship into ownership, then life will be distorted.
Think about it.
So the karma will disappear from your life the moment you understand I am not the doer. I am an instrument. My understanding of doership was actually a complete misconception, wrong understanding. So forgive me, Lord, and I'll offer all the karma which I have done with that understanding, offer back to you. That will wipe out the Sanchita karma. If you really understand and appreciate this truth. Any questions?
ಈಗ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದು ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಯಾರು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ? ಯಾರು ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದು? ಯಾರು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದು? ಯಾರು?
ದೇವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು.
ಹರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಯಾರಿಗಾಗಿದೆ ಆಯಿತು?
ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟವ್ರಿಗೆ
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು.
ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ರೂ ಡ್ರೈವರಿಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಗೆ ಏನು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಭಗವಂತನಿಗೆ ಮಾಡೋನಿಗೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೈ ವಿಲ್. ಭಗವಂತನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾನು ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನನಗೇನು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ? ಹೇಳಿದ ಕೆಲಸ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ಗುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ಗಾಡ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಕೀಪ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಯು, ಕರ್ಮ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಯು. ಭಗವಂತನ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಗೀತು. ಭಗವಂತನ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಚ್ಛೆಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ? Right?
ಕೆಟ್ಟದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಲಿ ಅದು ಭಗವಂತನ.
See, one of my friends died at the age of 33 in a car accident. Okay? People call it as apamrityu, akala mrityu. He died at a much younger age. Now, according to us, he should not die. That's our will. But God's will is he has to die. Whose will prevail? Now, a person, what has happened to a person is God's will. So why are you taking it your will? Your job is to do work given to you more responsibly and more clearly. Instead of why are you confusing for the results of that action to you? So you don't know why a person died. Okay? Because of so much of backlog karma is there, what is there, you don't know. You cannot see that. The divine sees that, and the action, what is happening to you is perfectly alright at that time. But you don't want that to happen because you don't see the karma. You don't have full picture. You have only part picture. Then you say this should not happen. How it is possible? Any questions? We always want something for our choice. All our prayers to God for God is to change the circumstances to suit us. Our prayer is never for God to make me the instrument of thy will. Always the prayer is for favoritism. Favor me. Are you doing the God's work or your own work? Why God should favor you? Any questions? Everything what's happening to us at a given point of time is perfect according to divine will.
What has to happen will happen.
So that's why Muslims say one beautiful word. You repeat with me. Insha'Allah. Insha'Allah means God's will. You have forgotten the God's will. Everything is happening is perfectly according to God's will. Your job is to take care of your child, you take care. To the best possible way. But what results will come out of that is God's will. Because of the karmic impressions are there. You don't know what is that backlog for that child, for you.
We can't see the karma part of it.
You can't see
We
that.
want it to have according to our choice. So then there won't be a concept of sympathy or empathy because something happens to some person on the road and
Sympathy or empathy is, if something happens to the person, it's your responsibility to take care of that person. Whether the person dies or remains alive, is God's will because of karmic impressions. The empathy is related to what actions you can take, not what happens to that person.
so there is no need of any sympathy. Okay, I have to do, that's all.
You have to do because you are seeing a person dying and it's a divine God who is there. You are not seeing the person, the God in the person, you are doing it as service. What happens to the person is not your responsibility. What you have to do is your responsibility. But most often we don't do what you have to do. We want God to take care of the person. We substitute that. So you have to, the whole point is you should see what is your responsibility, what you have not done, you have to correct it. Why do you think I am teaching here? This is a part of my responsibility. Otherwise, what is the point in teaching? By teaching, I am feeling that I am helping to contribute the evolution of the consciousness. If the consciousness evolves, this type of crimes will come down, the society will be a much better place to live. More evolving society. That's the contribution I am doing. I am not sitting idle. The question is, Nirbhaya case happened. What is that you could have done? What is that you have not done? Is what you have to see. That is the responsibility. Everything happens in the universe, you have part of that. One small part.
Directly or indirectly?
Directly or indirectly. Because you saw, no? Even to make a cup of coffee, there are infinite number of things happen. You are also one part of that. You are an instrument in that. You have a role to play.
But you said according to God, that's perfect. Whatever happened.
According to the anything happens at a given point of time is perfect because it's a series of sequence events, right? If you are disturbed by that, that means something is wrong somewhere. That wrong correction also is responsible to you to the extent of your ability. So it's not insensitive, making people insensitive, it's making people responsible. But only thing is responsibility, you have to play your role well. Do that job, whatever is required. That is the thing. And don't claim the whole responsibility, total responsibility for you. Total action, total result, everything I did it. Don't claim that. I became an instrument of divine will. I have contributed my strength, energy for evolution of the consciousness for a divine kingdom to the extent possible. That if you say confidence, that's all, your karma is gone. Have you done that?
It's like performing a surgery. If surgeon is too attached to the patient, he cannot perform a surgery very well. So he has to be detached and perform his best.
Professional.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking if we have a little bit of free will, then means we cannot take that roles or responsibility.
If you have a little bit of,
I have a little bit of free will.
you have a little
I
bit
don't want to take a responsibility.
Huh.
Then I can not take that responsibility, right?
Yeah. You cannot take.
Or I should think like God, if something comes to me that I should think that God has given me, so I should perform.
See, not taking responsibility is running away from
The truth.
what you are given. Let us say you went to school, right? Who gave the money to go to school?
Parents.
So parents gave the money and you went to school and he said, not studying is my free will. Then what will happen to you? Huh?
Punishment from parents.
Management from parents, so you will mess up your own life. So not doing is also not using not what is given to you, you are not using it properly. How can you stay not doing something? Huh? You are married to this man, big man, right? So you are given a responsibility that you are a wife. You are supposed to take care of cooking. So tomorrow I have a free will. You do the cooking. Okay, you do the cooking. So what will happen to you? Huh?
At times I prepare tea.
Huh? So once you misuse the free will, what happened to you?
You go out and I cook.
Okay, clear? So the karma is because of a wrong understanding that I am the doer. So please repeat with me. I am not the doer. God alone is the doer through the instrument of body, mind, complex, which I have. Naham karta. Naham karta. Harireva karta. Harireva karta. God alone is the doer through this body mind complex. This is the way, sorry, no, don't repeat. This is the way to understand and become free from karmic impressions. So when God is a doer through your body mind complex, what kind of actions will happen through your body mind complex?
Good actions.
Selfish? My child, my family. Selfless actions will happen. What kind of understanding you have in life? Tell me. So clear? So the Sanchita karma will get wiped out because you understand that all the time you are not the doer. You claim the responsibility. So the bank account gets closed. Now, prarabdha karma, nothing will happen because already your body has started. Kriyamana karma, whatever karma you are doing now, you start doing it as a unselfish, selfless service. Clear? There are three types of actions: selfish, unselfish, and selfless. Selfish actions will happen through you when you identify the body and mind. See, this is me. That's called kamya karma. So everything is for me, me, me. Even prayer to the God is give me something. God is an ATM machine. Sometimes you use the many, sometimes you use the kids, sometimes you use the promotion. Is your prayer for anything other than this? Tell me.
It's a vritti you do to earn. So you need to earn your daily living. You'll do that job in return.
Yes.
That is essential.
Correct.
So in doing so, I think you definitely looking for a return.
Yes.
You want to do, carry on your daily life, you have to have certain things in return.
That's right.
So how do you differentiate?
I'll tell that.
Yeah.
Okay, give this question. Okay, this question you keep it. I'll tell that answer. So first is selfish action. For me, myself, my family, whatever related to me, I do something. Okay. Selfish actions always lead to kamya karma or karma, because I am doing everything for myself. Okay. So then there is a next level called unselfish action. Selfish action, you know everything, right? I mean, I don't have to give examples, right? Huh?
Default.
It's so clear.
Default.
Default. Unselfish actions, I'll give you example. Okay. Unselfish action is not for myself, but for a cause which is bigger than me. Okay. So when Mahatma Gandhi went for freedom struggle, for whose benefit he did that? There is a cause for thousands of or lakhs of people. Right? A cause bigger than me. Cause not for a selfish purpose, for a universal benefit. To the extent of what a universe is, I define. Right? So there was a lady in California. She saw one day the whales being killed. They kill very brutally the whales. They kill the whale, the pregnant whale, and pull out the baby and kill it. Okay. So this lady saw that and she felt very bad and she took up a cause, prevention of whale killing, fighting against a mighty government and people. But she brought a lot of awareness. A lawyer was thrown out of the train because he was brown man. Then he took up that cause and fought for India. There's a cause, not for individual. It's not a person he hurt. Right? These are all called unselfish acts. Okay? Understand? Finally, unselfish acts, the selfish acts accumulates karma. Unselfish acts helps to purify the karma. Okay? Then another level of acts is there, selfless acts. There's no concept of self at all. There's no concept of ego at all. Buddha got enlightened. He taught for 40 years. No concept of I am teaching for my name or fame. Okay? There's no cause also. It's only out of compassion and love. Acts of compassion and love. They are called unselfish. So what Buddha did 2500 years back will continue for another few thousand years because it has impact on the humanity as a whole. there is selfless service. Why the Christ crucifixion has an impact on people? It's a selfless act of selflessness. It's not selfishness is there, not there. There's no cause. There's no cause also. By sacrificing myself, I'll do something. No. It is just a sheer act of offering to the divine will. So that has a long-lasting effect. Selfish acts have limited and personal gain. Unselfish acts have a larger impact. Selfless acts have a tremendous impact on the whole universe. So this is how a person moves from selfish to unselfish to selfless. Look at your 24 hours a day. How much percentage is selfish? How much percentage is unselfish?
100%.
How much is selfless? This is real indication of your spiritual progress.
Marks are.
So am I progressing spiritually? So you say, tell me how much percentage of time you are selfish acts, how much percentage of time unselfish acts, how much percentage of your selfless acts. So anybody has a question? Guruji, God doesn't help me. How God can help you? Are you helping? Are you doing God's work or your work? Okay. So now the question comes, I have to do something for my survival, right? This is the question which you ask. Which I have to do a job. I have got to do a job. You do it. Okay. So doing a job for your survival, for your livelihood, for your growth, it's perfectly okay. Right? So then do it in a dharmic way, with a principle. See how much you need and how much time you can spare and use that for unselfish or selfless act. So initially 100% you need for survival. As you gradually grow and mature in life, it becomes 90-10, 80-20, 70-30. One day it will become full time. What is God? There's no expectation that you do what is not beyond your capability. Whatever you do in a dharmic way, you do it. And see, you are doing a job, right? See how you can create value for your company and people. That is the value, that's the service. So in that value creation, something will come to you. That's fair enough, that's the dharmic accept. That's what the yadna concept is about. Yadna is, I am doing some service, okay? Something which comes out of the yadna, I will take as prasada, for my survival, for my requirement. Okay? I don't do something, I have to get this something, that's why I am doing that. Instead of that, I am offering this, in return I am getting something. Okay? The concept is offering and service. Something which you get is a yadna phala. You take it. So there is still a desire for survival, that's called kamya karma. But then action is of yadna. Always you constantly think how I can offer more, offer I can better. For that your office, your yadna bhumi. So how you can offer that? You see that. As you gradually mature and grow, whatever yadna phala comes is be more so accumulate. So that is beyond it becomes office environment. Now it's more than that. Then you see how you can utilize that. That's how you will grow. So when Krishna tells Arjuna to fight, he tells Arjuna to fight because it's dharma. He has to do that. Right? So that is the yadna for him. Now, if somebody has come out of that, he has gone beyond that, then yadna is much, much larger. When you are in survival mode, your 100% time will go into survival. But when you start the survival mode, we can't continue for long. We will start coming out of survival mode. Then still you are 100% selfish, then there is a problem. Yeah. Okay, we'll close for the day. Okay. Narayana.